This presentation is about postpartum depression in first-time mothers, which is a population I found really important and honestly kind of overlooked. I chose first-time mothers with postpartum depression as my population. PPD affects around 10 to 20% of women, but it's way more than just feeling overwhelmed. It includes things like guilt, exhaustion, and even trouble bonding with the baby. I was really interested in this topic because I've seen people go through it and not talk about it. It feels like something that gets minimized or ignored. One big theme in the research is how intense the biological and mental changes are. Hormones drop really fast after birth, and on top of that, there's sleep deprivation and physical recovery. What stood out to me is that even women with no mental health history can develop PPD. Things like anxiety, low self-esteem, and not having enough support can make a huge difference. Social factors play a huge role too. Women with less support, lower income, or even more stress are more likely to experience PPD. In the US, about 1 in 7 women experience it, which is honestly a huge number. And that's probably underestimated because a lot of women don't report it. What makes first-time mothers especially vulnerable is that everything is very new. There's a huge identity shift happening. Also, there's this unrealistic expectation that motherhood is supposed to be perfect, so when it's not, it can lead to shame. On top of that, stigma and healthcare access issues make it harder to get help. One thing that really stuck with me is how fear plays into this. Some mothers avoid getting help because they're scared of being judged or even reported. Also, this doesn't just affect the mom, it can impact the baby's development and bonding, which makes early intervention even more important. When PPD turns into crisis, it can involve suicidal thoughts or not being able to care for the baby. That's when immediate intervention is needed. After that, treatment usually includes therapy like CBT or interpersonal therapy, and sometimes psychiatric care. One of the biggest recommendations is universal screening during and after pregnancy. I think this is really important because symptoms don't always show up right away. Also, having providers work together, like OBs and mental health professionals, make a big difference in getting moms the help they need. What I found very interesting is that pediatricians are often the first to notice symptoms, just because moms bring their babies in so often. So first responders aren't just ER staff, it's really anyone in regular contact with the mother. Even though this population is vulnerable, they're also really resilient. A lot of mothers are deeply motivated to care for their child, even when struggling. Support systems make a huge difference, and I think it's encouraging that stigma is slowly decreasing. For crisis professionals, awareness is everything. Recognizing symptoms early and responding in a supportive way can prevent things from escalating. Also, first-time moms may not know how to navigate the system, so professionals really need to guide them. To sum it all up, postpartum depression is complex and influenced by a lot of different factors. First-time mothers are especially at risk, and early intervention can make a huge difference, not just for them, but for their families too. There's still a lot we don't know. Research should focus more specifically on first-time moms, look at long-term outcomes for children, and include more diverse populations. Thank you for listening, and here are my resources listed below. Bye.